Well, hello there. My name is 𝙎𝙈𝙬𝙤𝙬𝙣, and welcome to the Money Decision Show. Thank you so much for joining and subscribing to my channel and watching this video. I do hope that the financial tips that I share are helpful to you. I do believe that as we are making life decisions, money decisions soon follow. So that's why I have this channel to go over various financial concepts. Today, I'm going to talk about goal setting and the formula for doing that. And it's something that you've probably heard of, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper into it today. So I want to talk to you about creating SMARTy goals. So no, I'm not talking about the Smarty candy. I'm talking about SMARTy goals. So SMART is an acronym that has been used for years, and I added the Y so that we can make it a little bit more new or fresh. There you go. So the S stands for being specific. I do believe that you should be very specific about your goal. You've got to do some digging. You've got to be very defined. And it really gives you more guidance into what you're doing. Because they say if we're not making a goal, we're not really doing much but dreaming. And so a goal without definition, without a date, without all the things that we're going to talk about, really is just a wish. It's just a dream. So we're going to talk about how to turn your wishes, your dreams into a reality. The M stands for measurable. So we are talking about money here today. So definitely make sure that you put a dollar amount to that goal. So I'm gonna have you write out a goal at the end and give you a very good example of how to set a SMARTy goal. The A stands for attainable. And so when I looked up attainable, I also noticed that deep in that definition was the word winnable. And that really stood out to me because I think that when you have a goal, you really want to make sure it's something you can win, something you can do. I mean, that'll keep you motivated. We've got to have goals that keep us motivated. So make sure it's something that's attainable/winnable. The R stands for relevant or realistic. Make sure that it is a realistic goal. I love dreaming and I love having vision, and I think that's really important. And there is a place for that. But having $1 million tomorrow when we're starting at $1 is not necessarily realistic, not at all. So we want to make sure we have a goal that's realistic. And I think that ties into attainable, where we're talking about it being something we can win. It just keeps you encouraged, motivated, and ready to move forward to accomplish the goals that you set. And T stands for time bound. So making sure that you put a date on that goal, it just gives you focus and clarity. Because I find that when we're doing our budget or when we're out shopping, if you don't have these other goals set out there and you don't have a due date and you're just going a little loosey-goosey, willy-nilly, then you will find that you're buying things that you really don't want, or you're buying things that you know you absolutely don't need right now and it can wait. So this will help you to have some delayed gratification and really continue to move forward with your goals. Now, the part that I added is why. So again, this makes it a SMARTy goal. The why. Why do you want to do this? What is your reasoning? Again, keeping the motivation up and knowing your why, really getting down to, I'm doing this because I like financial security. I like to have independence. I like being debt-free. I like being able to have money. I like having just more or whatever. You like having abundance. What is your why? I want to provide for my family. I want to make sure that my kids are taken care of. Dig down. And also figuring out your values, because the why is connected with your values. And I think that that is so important to understand what your values are, what it is that is going to keep you going when things get tough. Because no one, for instance, could have predicted coronavirus. No one could have predicted that we would have all this stuff coming at us just suddenly out of nowhere. But when you have a why, you can regroup and you can look back and you can say, okay, I'm doing this because of this. So even though these things are coming at me, I'm still going to stay focused on what I want to accomplish. So now let's give an example. I'm going to give you an example of a why. So the things that I would say do, or a SMARTy goal. So the things I would say do is write it out. Definitely write out that goal. Keep it at the forefront. So if you have to put it on your desk, on your computer, on your mirror, whatever you can do, if you put it in your phone and it's a part of your daily affirmations or your daily confessions when you wake up in the morning, whatever it is, keep it at the forefront, because you're changing habits. And so now you're doing something different. You're doing something that you never really did before. So this is an opportunity for you to just keep focused and keep it before you. The other thing I would say do after you wrote it out, after you put it at the forefront and made sure it's everywhere, sticky note, whatever you have to do. Vision board, that's another thing. Find an accountability partner. It's so important to have accountability. It can be your spouse. If you're married, it can be a good friend of yours. It could be anybody that you trust to be able to share something like this with, like your money and the concerns you have about your money, because sometimes it gets tough. So if you know what, I really want to buy this item. And I told my friend or my accountability partner that I'm not going to buy anything over $50 or anything over $100 without first talking with someone. That can give you, again, some guardrails, and then they can hold you accountable. So those are some of the things that I would say do when you have set these SMARTy goals. The next thing that we would say is, once you wrote it out, I'm going to give you an example of a goal to write out. And this particular goal is saying, I am saving. And I like to use the I am statement because I think it just puts you in the present. Even though, you can do I am or I have saved, it just makes you, even if it's something that it's not quite the reality of your situation right now, it's a great way to just get yourself in that place. So I say I am saving, or I have $200 a month saved towards my 6-month emergency fund to have $2,400 saved by May of next year. Pick an exact date. So you might want to pick, if today was May 31st of 2020, then you're going to make sure that you have this done by May 30th of 2021. Pick a date so that I can have peace of mind, because that's your value. You want to have peace of mind. You know that by having this for an emergency fund, we're very specific. We're not doing this for retirement. We're not doing this for a trip. This particular goal is for your emergency fund. So this is a great way for you to create the framework for a SMARTy goal. So remember, write it out. Remember to get an accountability partner, to put it out in the forefront. Speak it out too, like say what you're going to do. A lot of times there's just power in putting words out there in the atmosphere, and even hearing yourself say it, and it can become true for you. And then when you meet this goal, I would say celebrate your goal. Take the time to write out what you would do to celebrate this when you accomplish your goal. I definitely recommend doing that. Take the time to write out what you're going to do when you accomplish that goal. So I will celebrate by doing this. So that is so key. I definitely recommend that. Now, once you set that goal, put some strategies underneath it. So when you write it out, you write out your goal, and then you put some strategies. So ways that you're going to lower your expenses. And I have other videos to talk about lowering your expenses. You can also, and then that's found money. You can also talk about how you're lowering, expenses by, just all the ideas that I had in that video. Let's just go to that. I talked a good amount about lowering your expenses, or maybe you're going to do the envelope system. There's a lot of different methods and strategies that you're going to implement to reach your goal. So thank you once again. I think that this is so important to set these SMARTy goals, recalibrate. If we're in the middle of the year or you're at the beginning of the year, whatever time frame you're watching this is still a good time to set those goals and to begin to reach those goals so that you can start to see yourself in a better financial position. So again, this is 𝙎𝙈𝙬𝙤𝙤 here, fee-only certified financial planner with Your Story Financial, and I'm so glad to help you craft your amazing financial success story. Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of the above. Click on the bell. And let me know in the box below, in the comments below, what you're doing and how, and even write out your SMARTy goal. And maybe every once in a while, I'll come back to this post and check in and write you a note and see, how are you doing with that? So thanks again for watching. And if you are interested, I do have a free ebook guide in the description box. The link is in the description box. Thank you once again, and you can download that for free. Have a wonderful day.